So hello, attendees. I know we're starting 5 minutes late, but thank you for bearing with us and thank you for being available today. Thank you all for being here. All these colleges are very excited to meet you and to answer your questions. So first, I want to explain the format. So the way this is going to go is each of the colleges is going to give about a 4-minute presentation about their college, and then they're going to give a 4-minute presentation about their colleges and introduce themselves. And then following this, we're going to have a Q&A portion. So you can ask questions throughout the session using the Q&A box. However, questions are not going to be answered, most likely, depending on the question, until the end. So please try to ask questions to specific session whenever they come to you, but they won't be answered until the very end. If you have general questions regarding the session or about CSUs, or in this case, we also have UC, wow, I cannot talk, apologies. We also have USD, and we also have Loyola Marymount in here with us. If you have any questions about them in particular or about the differences, you can also put those in chat and those might be answered earlier. Another thing to know is I'm going to be dropping Google Forms into the chat. So please fill out this Google form. This will let colleges get to know you a little better and send you information. So without further ado, let's start with our presentations. So our first school is Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Can you all see my slides?
You're perfect.
Great, awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Anna. My pronouns are she, hers, and I'm an admissions officer for Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. I am a regional, so I do live down in San Diego, but I did go to undergrad for Cal Poly, so I'm very familiar with the town and university. So definitely ask as many questions as you'd like. A little location background, Cal Poly is located in a small town called San Luis Obispo. It's in the Central Coast, so beautiful, right in the middle of San Francisco and Los Angeles, about 200 miles from both those major cities. The town is on the Central Coast, so there's about 10 beaches, 10 to 20 minutes away from us. My virtual background is of San Luis Obispo, so students just love taking in what the town has to offer. And we are ranked one of the top surf schools in the nation. Another really great thing about SLO is that it's a college town. So half the people there are all college students, meaning a lot of the resources, the activities are all catered to that college experience. Oprah has once named us the happiest city in America, and students really do believe in that because they do feel supported and welcomed throughout their time there. Cal Poly is one of the 23 CSUs. One of our biggest things is our learning philosophy, which is learn by doing. We pride ourselves on making sure you have a hands-on experience from day one. So using the upside down curriculum, rather than doing general ed courses, excuse me, the first 2 years you would do major courses starting day one, and you would be doing that by declaring your major. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse right now. So once you declare your major, you would start your major courses from day one up until you graduate, while excuse me, while sprinkling in general ed courses along the way. If you're interested in other majors, we do have 90 different minors you can apply for across our 6 different colleges. So I highly encourage you to explore all of your different interests. First year students are guaranteed and required to live in the dorms, and then continuing students and transfer students have the option to live in our on-campus apartments. They do get housekeeping once a week, which is pretty cool. And then student life is obviously really important to us, so we encourage students to get involved in all of our different clubs and organizations. We have over 400 that you can pick from, and we do have one of the top-rated orientation programs in the nation where you'll get to learn about all of these resources and clubs to get involved in. We have been ranked best in the West for a public master's level university for the last 27 years in a row, and that really does stem from our Learn by Doing major. Because we're on the CSU system, we do utilize the Cal State Apply. Application opens from October 1st to December 4th. If you are a first-generation college student and or a low-income student, I highly recommend applying for the educational opportunity on the program. That does require 2 letters of recommendation, so make sure you are working on those, as the general Cal State Apply does not have any letters of recs or personal statements. First-time freshmen, make sure you are aware of our A through G course requirement, as we are desiring additional semesters due to being a fully impacted school. So all 64 degrees at our school are impacted. We also look at an average weighted GPA from freshman, sophomore, and junior year. We're test blind this year, so we're not looking at any test scores, and we will ask a couple of questions about extracurriculars and work experience. Music and art and design applicants will have an audition and a portfolio that you need to do as well. If you're thinking about transferring to Cal Poly SLO, make sure you are looking at our specific transfer criteria, as we have a very specific list of required and desired courses we are asking you to take during your 2 years at your community college. Last but not least, just a couple of resources. The QR code is our brochure, so that'll have everything from the 64 majors, tuition costs, average GPA, and test scores. We have an entire YouTube channel that highlights a lot of things like finding community. We also have a majors playlist, and we will be launching our Cal State Apply playlist next week, along with a bunch of different Cal State Apply workshops that you can sign up for. Our virtual visits are on our website. And then my contact information is at the bottom, so feel free to contact me at any time after this session today. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Lamar Andrews. I'm representing California State University of Chico. I'm actually a admissions regional counselor based in Southern California, San Diego area as well. Chico, we're located in Northern California, 90 miles north of Sacramento. So if I was driving from Sacramento to Chico, it would take me approximately an hour and 25 minutes. If I was driving from Chico to the Bay Area, maybe San Francisco, Oakland, it would take me 3 hours. If I was driving from Chico to LA, it would take me approximately 8 hours. We are a medium-sized campus, close to 17,000 students. We are a college town as well. We have over 100 different majors and options. Our average class size is 30 students, and our student faculty ratio is 23:1. Very hands-on, very practical learning at Chico State. This is actually a lot of our buildings at Chico State kind of resemble this building here, kind of a brick building. We have 2 creeks actually going through the campus there. You have 7 dormitories on campus at Chico State. Being such a college town, you have the option of living on campus as a freshman or actually off campus. Off campus housing is actually cheaper than on campus. You can find you a 2-bedroom apartment right near campus between $600 and $800 a month. So cost of living is definitely cheap in Chico. Our population in the city of Chico is a little bit of 100,000 people. Out of that 100,000, you have 17,000 that attend Chico State. And then we have a 2-year college 10 minutes away from Chico State. It's referred to as Butte Community College. They have another 15,000 students. So living in the community of Chico, you have 32,000 college students out of 100,000 people. Our 5 most popular majors: business administration, psychology, nursing, criminal justice, and liberal studies. We do have 3 impacted majors at Chico. Our 3 impacted majors: nursing, social work, and recording arts. So for those 3 impacted majors, higher academic requirements to get in. Here's our largest majors. Business administration is our largest major at Chico. We do have 4 online options: liberal studies, social science, sociology, and religious studies as well. We actually have a farm 10 minutes away from Chico. So if you want to major in animal science or agriculture, you take classes at the farm. We have a recording arts studio. We have 9 different studios on campus. And then we also offer a certificate in forensics. We do have pre-professional programs like pre-law, pre-med, pre-veterinarian, pre-dentistry as well. So I'm gonna skip around some of these here. We do study abroad. We have 35 different partnerships with 35 different countries that we do study abroad with. That could be semester or actually a year as well. We have a food pantry if you need basic needs. We are real big in diversity and inclusion at Chico. Very hands-on, very practical. We're Division II in sports. We have intramurals and club sports, and we have over 200 clubs and student organizations as well. And we are also part of the Cal State system. So you apply at Cal State Apply from October 1st to December 4th. And we're looking at GPA and the supplemental decisions as well, applications. That was our average GPA last year. And then my last slide here, I want to show you, we do virtual tours. So if you need to do any admissions presentations, if you want to go through admissions presentation with Chico, a 360 campus video tour. We also offer student panels, application workshops, and admission drop-ins. That's our website there. And then our cost of living at Chico State, $25,000 per year. And that's my information there, ldandrews@csuchico.edu. And my name is Lamar Andrews. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lamar. Now we're going to move to Cal State University, Sacramento.
Awesome, thank you. So good morning or afternoon, everyone. My name is Bridie. I am the admissions counselor for Sacramento State. I'm just sharing my screen here. Hopefully I can get these slides up. All right, so we are located in the capital of California. Just like my two colleagues before me, we are one of the CSUs located in Sacramento. One of the things I like to point out is we were just ranked in the top 20 coolest cities in the nation by Forbes magazine for art, entertainment, culture, eateries, and population growth. So if you're interested in, being at a school that is near a city, Sac State is going to be the perfect place for you. We are about a 7-minute drive from downtown Sacramento, and you can get to downtown using our free transportation. So every Sac State student gets free transportation for both the light rail system and the bus system, so it can take you around the city of Sacramento to explore. So just some of our points of pride here, we are the 4th most diverse university in the Western United States. That's something that we're very proud of at Sacramento State. The city of Sacramento is the 5th most diverse city in the nation, so it only makes sense that that's represented of our student population. We have our brand new science complex, so if I have anyone that's interested in biology or chemistry, you'd be in our brand new state-of-the-art science center with brand new equipment. I always like to point out this photo here in the middle of everyone kind of looking up. They are actually in our planetarium, so we do have a planetarium for students to come and go see sessions for free. It's a pretty cool experience. Just like the other CSUs, we do have clubs and organizations. Sacramento State has over 300 clubs to choose from, anything ranging from like the business club all the way to the hammock club. We even have a Quidditch club on campus. So there's something for everyone, and you'll be able to connect with people that have very similar interests as you. And then we also have over 3,000 trees on campus. If you've ever been to Sacramento State, the first thing you'll notice is all the greenery. We are located right along the side of the American River. In fact, many of our residential halls and our classrooms overlook the river. It's quite beautiful. And with being so close to the water, we do have a lot of greenery on campus. We are a larger campus, got about 30,000 students, undergrad students on campus, but our class size averages about 33. So even though you're getting that big campus, you still have that small classroom feel. And you'll see our professor to student ratio down there at the bottom. All right, so some of our majors, we do have over 50 different majors to choose from. The ones listed on the left-hand side are just some of our unique majors on campus. And on the right-hand side, you'll see our impacted majors. Our largest major on campus is business, and then coming in second is criminal justice. We are the 2nd largest criminal justice program in the nation. So if you are interested in going into law, anything interested in criminal justice, we have a blood splatter lab on campus. We're definitely the school for you. We are, like I said, in the capital of California, so there's a lot of great resources for students there. We do offer housing. It is not required for you to live on campus during your first year at Sacramento State. There is a lot of off-campus housing around Sacramento State as well, but we do offer housing, which if you are interested in that, I highly recommend checking out their website. They do have virtual tours of all the different types of housing on campus. And then just like the other CSUs, our fall 2021 deadline for applying, it opens on October 1st and closes on December 4th. It's really cool, this application, you fill it out once and then you click all the CSUs that you're interested in applying and it just sends it off to them. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to attend or to apply to as many CSUs as you would like. All right, so we are here to help. We do have our virtual tours listed on our website. They are free for students, prospective students. So if you'd like to, see how beautiful Sac State is, you can talk with one of our tour guides as they kind of show you around campus virtually. If you want to talk to an admissions counselor like myself, my email is listed right here. You're welcome to always email me. You can send me your transcripts. I'm happy to have a look to make sure that you're all set to go and for admissions eligibility. And then be sure to check out our social media as well. But of course, I'll be here at the end if anyone has any additional questions. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you. Now we are going to move to California State University, San Bernardino.
Hi everyone, let me get started with sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. You all can see my screen. My name is Marissa Ibarra. I'm an admissions counselor and recruiter for California State San Bernardino. And I'm just going to give you a quick snapshot of our campus. So our mascot is Cody the Coyote. We have a lot of coyote pride and we're coyotes for life here at San Bernardino. Our student population is about 20,000 students, so we're considered a medium-sized CSU. Our first-time freshman average GPA is about a 3.5, and our transfers come in with about a 3.1 GPA. Our student to faculty ratio is about 29:1, and 81% of our students are first-generation college students. So our campus is relatively large. We have 441 acres. So that's the equivalent of Disneyland, Downtown Disney, the hotels, and California Adventure combined. So we're twice the size of all of those combined. Luckily, all of your classes will probably be in the same building. You don't have to worry about walking across campus that far, but we do have a lot of different parking lots to get you to your closest building. So we have 5 colleges at our campus, and we have 5 impacted majors at our campus. So our impacted majors are listed in red. It's kinesiology, nursing, child development, psychology, and social work. So for nursing, you have to apply as a pre-nursing major in order to do nursing at our campus. You cannot switch into that major. That's the only one that we do not allow students to switch into. For the other majors, you can switch into them with department approval and dean approval, but it is a little bit more challenging. The nursing major and the social work major require a supplemental application. So you have to be admitted as a pre-nursing or pre-social work and then actually admitted into the department upon department approval after receiving your application. Campus impaction, we are an impacted campus, and we, like I mentioned, we have 5 impacted majors on our campus. So that's why we really want students to be a little bit more competitive and have those competitive GPAs. So that's what I was referring to in regards to the 3.5 for first-time freshmen and a 3.1 for our transfer students. So requirements for, just like all of the other 22 CSUs that were part of the CSU system, we do allow transfers, but we only allow upper division transfers. So we're looking for 60 transferable units as far as your golden 4, your basic skills completed. So your oral communication, written communication, math, and critical thinking. And if you have an ADT or an AST, a degree with a guarantee, that also puts a bump in your application when applying to us. For first-time freshmen, we are test blind, like it was mentioned earlier. And so we are going to be using a multi-factor admission score for first-time freshmen this year. So we're going to be looking at a combination of your GPA for your A through Gs. And then we're also going to be looking at if you have work experience, if you participated in educational programs such as AVID, you have veteran status. So those are different components that we'll be factoring in when you apply to us, also if you're local versus non-local. So for San Bernardino, we're in the heart of the Inland Empire. We're just at the foothills of the San Bernardino National Forest. So that kind of gives you an idea of where you're coming from. For Temecula, that is considered our out-of-local area. For cost of financial aid, it costs approximately $7,000 to attend our campus. So if you are a California resident, that's what you're looking to pay for the 2 semesters. We are on the semester system. We just moved over to it this fall. So this is our very first year on semesters. So that would be divided by 2 for the 2 semesters. More than 78% of our students do receive financial aid and grants and scholarships. So we have a lot of different ways to help you pay for school. We have a lot of different services on campus to help you stay involved. And then if you just give me a moment, I'm going to skip ahead. Because we also do have a Palm Desert campus. So we are a 1 CSU with 2 campuses, so you can take classes either at our main campus in San Bernardino or at our Palm Desert campus. And if you take classes at our Palm Desert campus, we do have majors that are specific just to that one. So because it is located where it is, we have a hospitality management major, which focuses on major events like Coachella and different carnival events that take place in that area. And then lastly, here's our contact information. And then I'd just like to highlight my information is right here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call or send me an email. I will be happy to look at your transcripts to see where you're at in regards to applying to our campus. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I learned so much just hearing you talk. Thank you. Um, so we're going to move to San Diego State University. Humboldt just joined us, so I want to give them a second to prep.
All right, sounds good. All right, good morning still, everyone. My name is Sean Harvey from the Office of Admissions at San Diego State University. Just a little bit about our campus. We are also part of the CSU. We are the southernmost CSU campus. We have a student enrollment of about 34,000 students, so we are one of the larger CSU campuses. We also offer about 200 different degrees that students can choose from, so there's a variety there. Along the lines of student enrollment, we are a very diverse institution, actually ranked in the top 35 amongst universities for our ethnic diversity. So that's a really great thing when you're looking at a campus that really promotes diversity and welcoming and accepting of all students. We are the #1 university in the state of California for our study abroad programs. So if students are interested in studying abroad, there's over 70 countries that you can select from. We also have a hands-on approach to learning as well. And there's opportunities for undergraduate research. And we have a Weber Honors College, so that would be a separate application process if you are interested in the Weber Honors College. As I mentioned, we have about 200 different majors. All of our majors are considered impacted. Some of our most popular majors are nursing, psychology, kinesiology, criminal justice, communications. We have a very strong business program that attracts a lot of students, and there's a variety of majors that you can select as a business student. We also have a College of Engineering. Our College of Arts and Letters is our largest college, and as you can see, there's a diverse offering of academic programs in arts and letters, and our College of Sciences. We also have pre-professional programs in pre-med, law, dentistry, etc. For admissions, as I mentioned, we are part of the CSU, so our application is also on the Cal State Apply, and the application does open October 1st and closes on December 4th. Typically, we make our admissions decisions in March. So for seniors, you'll just see this, fill out the Cal State Apply application. We do not require any transcripts at the time of application, only after you have already been admitted. We are also going test blind, so we are not looking at SATs or ACTs. However, we are going to focus on your A through G courses as well as your GPA within those courses. And that's going to be the bulk of our criteria for evaluating a student's application. We will take into consideration additional criteria as far as high school location, local versus non-local, perhaps students that are involved in extracurricular, co-curricular activities, but the primary criteria will be the student's high school GPA. Our cost of attendance is listed here. It's about $7,700 per the year. And then we also require students to live on campus freshman and sophomore year. And this cost is an estimate average cost. Not every single student pays that total fee. We do have a variety of scholarships that are offered to students as well. Student life at San Diego State, it's fun, it's thriving. We have over 350 student organizations. We also offer about 50 fraternities and sororities. And we have cultural centers. So I was talking about diversity earlier, but these are offered for students. Any student is welcome to be involved in the different resource centers that we have. But it is another great way to really celebrate and promote diversity on our campus. Last thing here, we are a very, I would say, sports active university. We're Division I. We have about 19 different D1 sports, and we have a variety of club and intramural sports. So again, there's lots of things for students to be involved in on our campus. Within our housing, we also offer residential learning communities, and these are listed here. So as you can see, there's a variety of selections. So if you are living on campus and you do see any of these that you're interested in, you are more than welcome to request to live in one of those residential learning communities. Lastly, this is the email address to my office. We are also on social media. So if you have any further questions about our campus, feel free to reach out to me. I will also drop our contact information in the chat.
Thank you so much, Sean. Now we are going to hear from Vanessa with Humboldt State.
All right. Are you able to see the presentation or hear me?
You're perfect, Vanessa.
Awesome. Okay, great. So hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa. I'm representing Humboldt State University. We are also part of the California State University. We hold it down in Northern California. We're in a smaller college town, more rural area in Arcata. We have about 6,000 students, so definitely a smaller CSU compared to the others. We're known for a lot of things. We're known for our hands-on learning, getting real-world experience very early on so that you know that that's the career that you want. As well as our small classroom sizes and more one-on-one experience with professors and staff. We're also known for our location. We are right in between the beautiful redwoods and the ocean. So not only is it a gorgeous place to live, but it's also a place where we use for our academics and being involved in the community. Something we're also really known for and passionate about is being leaders in sustainability and social justice. It's interweaved within a lot of our themes within our curriculum, but also we have a lot of efforts that happen on campus and within our community that you can see listed here. I'm going to dive into academics. We have quite a range of different types of fields that you can get into. And the beautiful thing about Humboldt is we are not an impacted college. So you are able to double major, minor. We have emphasis within programs. So you can really specialize your education and do what you want to do career-wise, and have your education support that. So I personally am a proud Humboldt State alum, and I loved when I was in the teaching program that I got to be in a local classroom right away. It definitely let me know if I wanted to hang out with kidlets all day, but it was also a really great place to network and get to know other teachers within the community, and so you can do that within your field. These are our classrooms that you're seeing. So you're working in our human performance lab or research lab or counseling clinic or in the community, so you'll see those highlighted there. And that was our College of Professional Studies. This is our College of Natural Resources and Science. So again, our location is a key part in that education. Being out, in the redwoods, wildland resources. We're one of the only oceanography programs that actually has a research vessel dedicated to your education as an undergrad. I actually got to go on that boat just through my general education. So that was a really cool experience, even though I wasn't a science major. So the last college is a College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Science. So this is theater arts, music, dance. I mentioned general education. That is a part of your degree. So you're actually going to get exposed to a lot of these fields, which is pretty exciting. And you can definitely, like I mentioned, minor, double major, etc. Like a lot of the other colleges, we're here to support you. So our college has a lot of academic and cultural support that you can see listed here, from free tutoring to additional mentoring to cultural centers. If you're a student, when I showed all of those majors, you're like, I don't really know which one I want and which one I want to do. That's totally okay. You can come in as undeclared and you'll get support in our advising center. If you also change your mind, which is very common, they're also a great support in that transition as well. So just know, I know it's a new experience. Maybe you're going far away from home, potentially, that just know that we've got you. I'm going to dive into kind of more campus life, social. That's a big part of it. I really recommend checking out Clubs Fair, no matter what college you end up choosing. That beginning of school, they really showcase whether, online in person, depending on when you're coming in and what's going on. They're great ways to see what's out there. And we have a little bit of everything from academics to music and band to Greek life. We have circus band, which is pretty fun, dance, music, art. And what's great is that if there's something on there that you don't see that fits you, you can create your own. We do have D2 athletics, club sports, intramurals, if you are interested in being active while you're in college and joining any type of sports club or team. And then we do have a lot of great shows and events that come through. We're right in between San Francisco and Portland. So I know we're in a smaller school, but we've got a lot to go, a lot going on and a lot of things to enjoy. Even our students putting on events as well as festivals and all of that good stuff. There are a lot of things to do in our area. So this is our backyard and this is our front yard. If you're an outdoorsy person, you're gonna fit right away. If you're like me, I was never exposed to this growing up. My family worked, that was our world. So getting into a kayak or going hiking was really new, but there's a lot of great opportunities to check it out and just get out of your comfort zone. Even events like this for freshmen to get you into downtown. It is a newer area, so, or could be a newer area for you. So we definitely want you to enjoy it. I'm going to wrap up with housing costs and requirements, which are very similar to the other CSUs, but just so you know, if you were interested in housing at Humboldt, it's not required, but definitely recommended for first-year students, whether you're a freshman, transfer, or returner, you've got all these options. And then also this just showcases what the campus looks like. We do got a lot of hills and stairs, just so you know, so that freshman 15, you don't gotta worry about it. And then lastly, we'll just wrap it up with costs. Of course, you know, this experience does cost some things, so take advantage of these resources. Seniors out there, I'm sure you've probably heard it over and over again, but FAFSA, even if you don't think you're gonna get anything, apply for it October 1st. And then of course, our application also opens October 1st, which I'll talk about in a minute here. And then just to let you guys know what our general costs are, so tuition and fees, pretty flat rate at all schools when you do see these presentations, but definitely, you know, keep in mind that these other categories are going to vary depending on your living and your lifestyle, and take advantage of those resources that do give you, you know, books that you can check out from the library for free and give it back so you never have to pay for those textbooks. Like, definitely just look out for those resources because we really try to support you, you know, with these. But this helps see what an estimated cost is. And then our requirements. So of course, graduating high school, A to G requirements. We are not requiring tests this year, so we are gonna rely on your GPA. Definitely go to the individual admission sites for each school you're looking at to see how those maybe have changed and adapted for this year. And then, like I mentioned, October 1st. There's just a quick slide on transfer requirements. Definitely work with your transfer center and myself. And there's a lot of ways to connect with us. We've really done a lot of ways to, you know, get you guys some virtual tours and 360 videos. So as if you're here, and then we're here to meet and support you one-on-one as well. This is my contact info. So take a picture, go on that QR code, fill out that form if you want to connect. And if you have any more questions, I know these are just short, little, you know, bouts of information thrown at you. And so if you did have any specifics, you can also do it at the Q&A, but you can also reach out to us individually. So awesome. I hope I made it in the time. Thanks so much, Gina.
You're fine. Thanks, Vanessa. Now we're going to hear from San Francisco State University.
Good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me fine?
Your sound sounds great.
Okay, so let me put this in slideshow view. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to San Francisco State University virtually. Before we get started, I want to start by quickly introducing myself. My name is Shanice, and I work in undergraduate admissions and recruitment. I am their campus and tourist coordinator. Fun facts about me: I am a 3-time alumni, soon to be 4th, from San Francisco State. I received my BA in Africana Studies, my master's in ethnic studies, and my second master's in education, social justice, and equity, and I'm currently a doctoral student. So if you're wondering how old I am 27, and I'm a Sagittarius. Some of the campus highlights from San Francisco State University is we're one of the top 25 schools when it comes to film. So if you're interested in cinema or film, we're definitely the school for you. We are the first and only college of ethnic studies in the nation. A lot of CSUs, UCs, and privates have modeled their ethnic studies program after ours. We had the longest led student strike in 1968-1969. It was a coalition of students that formed together, and it demanded that we have a curriculum that reflects our identities. And that is why we are so unique when it comes to what we offer in our College of Ethnic Studies. We're also one of the most diverse of our 23 CSU system. And moving along, some of our most popular academic majors and programs is business administration, engineering, computer science, biology, cinema, English, communication studies, psychology, broadcasting, and electronic arts, liberal studies. So San Francisco State University is an institution, but your major is going to be broken into an academic college. So for anybody interested in maybe Africana studies, you will be a part of the College of Ethnic Studies program. If you are interested in accounting, you will be a part of the Lamb Family College of Business. So we are not an impacted institution, but we do have impacted majors. Impaction does not mean impossible. What that means is there's more people applying than we have seats to accommodate. So here are some of our impacted majors. Sometimes with impacted majors, we do require a supplemental application due to that department you're applying to. The greatest tip that I can give to you young scholars is to choose an alternative major. So let's say if you were interested in something like nursing, you would maybe choose biology with an emphasis in pre-med. Let's say if you were interested in psychology, you would choose the alternative major of sociology. It's very similar in its curriculum. If you're interested in sports, we are a part of the NCAA Division II. What that means is we're actually really good. We're just not televised. These are some of the sports that we offer. We have made postseason the last 2 to 3 years for both our men and women, so we are proud of our Gator athletics. If you're interested in student life on campus, we have over 250 plus student clubs and organizations. We do have 13 sports clubs offered through our intramural sports program. We have Greek life, but we do not offer Greek housing. Some of the campus resources that we offer to our students is a disability programs resource. We have equity and community inclusion. We have a dream resource center, EOP. We have a career center, study abroad, and we also have free on-campus tutoring along with veteran career services. For all of my students out there that are interested in applying to any CSU or any UC, these are the dates that you want to make sure that you're paying close attention to. So the application cycle opens for fall 2021, October 1st. It says through November 30th, but we have extended that deadline until December 4th. So first-time freshman requirements, make sure that you're meeting all your A through G requirements with a C- or better. In pre-COVID times, we were accepting SAT and ACT score as a requirement, but right now we have suspended that until further notice. Just make sure that you maintain, it doesn't say it here, but make sure you maintain a 2.5 for California residents. Anybody that's out of state, international, make sure you maintain a 3.0, and you have to graduate high school. So if you're interested in transferring, we're expecting that you're transferring as a junior standing student, but we do make exceptions for lower division transfers. So if you are interested in taking the community college pathway, you will need to maintain a 2.0 GPA, and you will need to fulfill your Golden 4 requirements in 4 areas: A1 oral communications, A2 written English, A3 critical thinking, B4 quantitative reasoning, any type of intermediate algebra like statistics. So the SFU cost breakdown, living on campus is obviously going to always cost more, and our tuition has been reduced from $36.35 to $35.05 to make college more affordable given our current state of emergency right now. Some of the financial aid resources that we offer to our students is grants, scholarships, work studies, and loans. You definitely want to lean more towards the grants, scholarships, and work studies, especially our scholarships. We offer over 800 plus scholarships. A lot of our money goes unclaimed because people literally just don't apply. Housing, if you're interested in housing, the application opens on March 1st, and the application deadline is May 15th. Our housing timeline is 1, you're gonna apply for housing in March. 2, you're gonna receive a confirmation on a rolling basis in April. 3, you're gonna receive a assignment. Usually it's just a list of things to do in the beginning of August. And then 4, you'll be placed on our wait list. Housing is recommended, but it's not required. There is such a high demand, so you want to make sure that you apply early. Your application must be accompanied by a $70 initial fee that is not covered by your financial aid. We offer several different housing dormitory options. This is our newest dormitory that recently opened in August 2020. It's called the Varillas. And some of the important dates that I want to make sure that we note so I don't go over time is October 1st. Remember, you want to make sure that you're being mindful of that date. Check out Cal State Apply. Make sure you submit your Information for FAFSA or your DREAM app application. March 1st, remember that's the housing application. March 2nd, that's for FAFSA and any dreamers out there who also need to file before the deadline. April 1st through May 1st, that's for orientation. Orientation is recommended, but it is not required. May 1st is when you're going to accept the admissions offers, and July 15th is when you would submit your final transcripts. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at Student Outreach Services Monday through Fridays, and I will leave my name in the chat if you want to talk to me directly. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I especially would second the scholarships. Apply, apply, apply. Now we're going to transition to San Jose State.
Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so my name is Cecilia Del Toro. I'm an admission counselor recruiter at San Jose State University, and today I will be giving you a little bit of more information about San Jose. So San Jose State University is located in the city of San Jose, right in downtown. We are a big urban campus, and we are the oldest in the CSU system, over 150 years old. Our current student enrollment is about 33,000 students on our campus, but you're still getting pretty small class sizes, about 28 students in your major classes and then 34 in your lower division courses. In the year of 2018-2019, San Jose State awarded over 6,000 bachelor's degrees and 2,000 master's degrees. At San Jose State, we have over 134 bachelor's degrees with 110 concentrations. Some of our popular majors are engineering, computer science, business administration, psychology, kinesiology, and animation illustration. But with 134 majors, if there's a specific major you're interested in, we most likely might have that. Being in San Jose and in the heart of Silicon Valley, our students have a lot of great resources for their career options. As you can see here is a short list of some of our top hiring employers with all of the great companies in the area. A lot of our students are finding jobs here in Silicon Valley. So we're really proud to offer that to our students and be able to help them find careers here. At San Jose State, we have over 450 student clubs and orgs. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone if you're interested in joining and having a fulfilling college experience. We have study abroad programs, we have club sports, intramural sports, we have Greek life, we have associated students. So a lot of great things that you can get involved with and get to enjoy at San Jose. San Jose State is an NCAA Division I campus. We do compete in the Mountain West Conference. We have 9 intercollegiate men's teams and 13 intercollegiate women's teams. Our teams have won 10 NCAA team championships, and some of our SJSU alum have completed at the Olympic level. Not only do we want you to have a fulfilling college experience, we also want to support you while you're doing that. So we do offer academic support. We offer personal support through counseling services, our student wellness center, our food pantry. We offer tutoring services, our writing center. We have our police department on campus in case you need to get an escort to your car or anything like that. So there's a lot of great support on our campus to make sure that you are successful as you're completing your bachelor's degree. Right, like I mentioned, we're right in downtown San Jose, but we have a lot of great facilities on our campus. We have our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library, which we like to say is the largest west of the Mississippi. We have our brand new student union with a lot of great eateries, a lot of great event halls, and a lot of great success centers there to support our students. We have our event center. We host concerts here. We have our volleyball team play here, our basketball team play here. So a lot of great events happening here for our students. Our South Campus is where we have all of our athletic facilities. That's a couple blocks down from our main campus. And all of our games that are played there are free for students. We have our newest building, the Spartan Recreation and Aquatic Center. It has a rock climbing wall, an indoor track, and a lap pool. We're really excited that opened up. And again, it's all free for students. Our Student Wellness Center, like I mentioned, if you're not feeling well, we do have the Student Wellness Center, so you can visit them and see a doctor and get helped out there. And then our newest building we broke ground on last spring is our interdisciplinary science building. We're really excited to have this new facility on our campus, which will be part of our science park, offering new technology to continuing research in our science fields. Before I wrap up, San Jose State is part of the CSU system. We do hold you to CSU admission requirements, but San Jose State is an impacted campus, meaning that all of our majors are impacted, again, because we receive a greater amount of applications than we have spaces to admit. At San Jose, whether you're applying as a first-time freshman or a transfer student, when we review you for admission, we're going to hold you to the CSU admission requirements, and then we're going to look at additional supplemental criteria to determine if we can admit you to the major if you meet the minimum for the major. You can go on our Impaction website to see that information, both for first-time freshmen and transfer students. For transfer students, there are specific majors that might have supplemental coursework that is required from you. So you do want to check out what that is, because that is in addition to you meeting the admission requirements. And we like to say with Impaction does not mean impossible. The criteria for these majors changes every year, so that's something to keep in mind as you're looking at our Impaction results and you're looking at the major criteria. Lastly, to wrap up, here is my contact information. You can see my email. You can email me, contact me. We also have a virtual front desk, and we do Zoom appointments with counselors. You can visit our website to schedule that. Follow us on Instagram. We post updates on there as well. And then the QR code here is for our steps to admission, which covers more information about San Jose and includes a lot of video links. So you can check out a virtual tour of our campus and see videos from each of our colleges and departments to find out more about your major. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now we're going to move to the University of San Diego.
Hey everyone, thank you all for joining me. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. My name's Connor Dowling. I'm from the University of San Diego. You should see my PowerPoint now. If you don't, please someone stop me. This is an aerial shot of campus. It's obviously my favorite picture of campus because it's the one I use as my background. It's a lot more interesting to look at than my apartment wall. We are the 6th most beautiful campus in the nation, according to the Princeton Review. I will say I am a little bitter about that because we were top 5 last year. So I'm hoping we get back in the top 5 next year. We just opened up a new library, and in fall 2021, we will be opening up a new business center. So I'm pretty confident we'll get back up in there. We are a mid-sized Catholic liberal arts university with just under 6,000 undergraduates. We have 3 schools: the School of Business, the School of Engineering, and the College of Arts and Sciences. You can see some of our most popular majors there over on the side across those 3 schools. We have an average class size of 22 students. You'll never have a class with more than 45, and even those are pretty rare. We're a top 100 university, 14th in the West. Our engineering department is actually 13th in the nation. So if you're interested in engineering, it's a very competitive program. We have 42 majors available. None of our majors are impacted. So all students enter USD undeclared, and then you have up until the end of your sophomore year to declare a major. And because none of them are impacted, you can declare any major across the 3 schools, and there's never any issue of getting in. Excuse me. We also have pre-professional advising programs. So those are programs like pre-law, pre-med, pre-dental, pre-veterinary. Just so if you're looking at going into grad school in any of those areas, they'll offer you additional guidance in addition to your major advisory. This is something that we're very proud of. We were named by the Ashoka Foundation as a Changemaker campus. What that means is we're one of 45 campuses in the world that they have recognized as showing an ongoing commitment to social justice, social innovation, entrepreneurship, sustainability, and global perspective. So if any of those are areas that you're passionate about already, I would highly recommend you look into the University of San Diego, because chances are you're the type of student that we would want to welcome onto our campus. For global perspective specifically, one of the ways we do that is through our study abroad department. We're currently ranked 5th in the nation for undergraduate participation. Over 75% of our undergrad students do study abroad at some point in their undergraduate career. We have over 80 programs in 30 countries. These can range anywhere from a year down to 2 weeks through intersession or a summer session. So if you don't want to commit to a full semester, it's still something that we sort of push our students to at least consider. If you're in the business school, there's a really cool program where you can actually get a double degree with a host institution in another country. So you could study abroad for up to 2 years in Ireland, Italy, Portugal, or Spain, and France, excuse me, as well, for up to 2 years. And then at the end of your 4 years, you would be graduating with a business degree from the University of San Diego and the host institution. So that's a pretty cool option if you know you're interested in business and studying abroad. And then also we have our own campus in Madrid. So if you're interested in studying abroad in Madrid, it's really seamless because it's all under the USD umbrella. So if you are interested in becoming a torero, we have one application deadline. It is December 15th. There is no early action, no early decision. We are on the Common App. Just to give you some stats for fall 2020, we had over 13,000 applicants with a 57% acceptance rate, and we welcomed 1,013 entering first years. That number I think is a little bit down due to COVID. We generally welcome between 11 and 1,200. So I imagine it'll be back in that range for fall 2021. So to give you an idea of what we are looking for in our applicants, you can see there the middle 50% of our most recent admitted class fell between a 3.83 and a 4.24 GPA. We focus on the middle 50% because we do what's called holistic review. We're never going to make an admission decision based solely on your GPA. We're also going to look at your change maker qualities and your personal qualities. So change maker qualities are leadership, global perspective, social justice, rule of faith, and community engagement. So if you have been involved in any of those throughout your high school career, you should definitely focus on that on your application because that's what we're looking for. And then your personal qualities, that's just everything about you outside of those change maker qualities. And that's where your letter or letters of recommendation come into play, and your essay. We do require one academic letter of recommendation. You can submit up to 3. The others do not need to be academic. And we are test optional. So if you decide to submit your test scores, we will take it into account. If you don't, no worries. It's not going to impact our decision and you'll still be fully eligible for all financial aid. So here are some ways to connect: our social media, then our admissions page and our financial aid page. I will also throw some links in the chat because there's a lot of information I couldn't fill in or fit in the 4 minutes. But thank you all for inviting me here. And yeah, I will go ahead and stop sharing now.
It was great to have you, and thank you for all that wonderful information. So last but not least, we have Loyola Marymount University.
Thank you, Gina. All right, I hope everybody's still with me. I am going to do my best to keep this short and sweet and, of course, relevant. And thank you all for sticking with us. Okay. Is this working? Can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes, we can see your PowerPoint.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. All right, so welcome to Loyola Marymount University. We are located in Los Angeles, just perhaps given a jump up the road there. This is our beautiful campus. We're situated, as you can see from this picture, up on atop a bluff, which overlooks Marina del Rey. We're just a few miles from the Pacific Ocean. And some of these buildings over on the west side of campus here actually have lovely ocean views. We are, let's see here. We are a Jesuit university. So our mission is one of the things that really sets us apart. The Jesuits are a type of Catholic priest. They are a founding order. You do not have to be Catholic to come to LMU. We have a broad diversity of students in our undergraduate student body. But we do have, everything that we do really does stem from this rich Jesuit tradition. Our intellectual inquiry, our broad curriculum, and a lot of the parts of our mission statement, we talk a lot about educating the whole person. We talk about educating men and women for others. And so to kind of explain what Jesuit mission and what a Jesuit education means kind of in a nutshell, is that we really want to challenge our students with the privilege of a Jesuit education to think about not only how they can become their best selves, and we want to develop every part of our students, But we also want our students to look at and learn about and think critically about the world around them. And then hopefully by the end of their 4 years as an undergraduate at LMU, they will have figured out not only what their talents and interests and abilities are, but also where those things can meet the needs of the world. That's really kind of the gist of how we want our students to think about their education. LMU is a medium-sized university. We have about 6,600 undergraduates, as you can see, a small average class size and a low student to faculty ratio. The real experience that I hear our students talk about all the time is how easy it is to get to know their professors. Our students, right from the first semester of their freshman year, even with virtual learning going on right now, find their faculty very accessible, very helpful, very supportive, and I really and that's true, you know, among the student body as well. All of the classes are taught by faculty, and so it's just really easy to have that, to find the support that you need to succeed in terms of academic life at LMU. This is too much for a short presentation, but just kind of gives you an idea at a glance of the unique structure of our core curriculum and the 5 different academic schools and colleges. Students can enter LMU undeclared, and that's perfectly fine. But if you do know what you want to major in, all of these programs are direct entry. You can be admitted as a freshman. The only programs that are impacted are in our School of Film and Television. And I would just say, if you're interested in studying film and television at LMU, please contact me. I'd be happy to talk to you more about that. But this just kind of gives you an idea. We are a liberal arts university, so our largest academic area is the College of Liberal Arts. But we have, you know, students who study across, obviously, a whole variety of areas. This is just a bit about our location. LMU, like I said, is situated on the west side of Los Angeles. As you can, this is not to scale, but as you can see from this map, we are, even though we are technically in Los Angeles, we really are a kind of coastal, suburban, residential campus. So the campus is very self-contained. You know when you're there. More than half of our students live on campus, and we are situated in a really kind of middle-class suburban residential neighborhood all around us. So it's a safe area with fun things in the neighborhood, but we're not an urban campus. Of course, our students have access to everything that Los Angeles has to offer, you know, within a 20 to 30 plus minute drive, depending, of course, on traffic. But our backyard, really, as you can see on this map, is actually Silicon Beach, which is this new area, literally our backyard, right down the bluff from our campus. Is an area, Playa Vista, that's where a lot of Silicon Valley companies have relocated, added offices right down the bluff from us. And so we've really enjoyed taking advantage of the opportunities that has presented in terms of internships and job opportunities and things like that for our students. And so this just is a fun little graphic to kind of give you an idea. We focus a lot on outcomes at LMU. I think my next slide is about outcomes, but these are places where LMU students have interned and or secured jobs after graduating from LMU. And all of these things, like I said, are right in our backyard. I mentioned outcomes is very important to us as a private university, that our students have the opportunity not only to earn their degree, their undergraduate degree within 4 years, which is what we expect them to do and what most of them do, but also that our students are employed after they graduate, and we do very well. So I'm going to include this link to more information about that in the chat box as well. Oh, that was it. Just a couple of other notes that I wanted to mention in terms of the application process. We do have an early action opportunity November 1 or regular decision by January 15. We are test optional this year. We really mean test optional. If you send us your test scores, we'll consider them. If you don't, then we will, as always, conduct a holistic review of the application based on the information that you have shared with us. But we always conduct a holistic application review process, so that won't change too much. You're just gonna let us know whether the test scores will be included or not. I also think it's important to know, again, as I mentioned, we are a private university. Sometimes the sticker price is a little bit of a shock to students, but the thing I think is most important to note is that approximately 85% of our students are receiving some type of financial aid. A lot of that does come in the form of scholarships and grants. So sometimes students are surprised to find that they do receive generous financial aid packages from us. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, I'll put a few links in the chat, and just thank you for joining us.
Great. So with that concluded, now we're going to move to the question and answer portion of the event. I know some of you have already started, but now we're going to keep rolling on that. So participants, if you could put any questions that you have for our panelists in the Q&A box, please be sure to identify which college you want to answer the question to, or ask the question to. Yeah, so I'll let a few minutes go by as students answer their question. But one question I found really interesting, somebody asked, do any of your colleges offer parapsychology? And that's something I don't know. So do any of you know if you offer parapsychology? Oh, my cat decided to say hi. Any parapsychology out there? I'm sorry, anonymous attendee, it seems they don't. Okay, so while questions are coming in, this question is for San Francisco State University. Is there a link to be able to join a mail or email list? So Shanice, I'll let you answer this one.
Hi, yeah, so in terms of email lists, are you talking about to connect with a counselor, or do you want to connect with myself to register for a virtual guided tour or admissions presentation or panel? If you can just like clarify so I can know who and how to connect you with the resources. And I'll drop my email in the chat.
So while we're waiting for them to send a follow-up, let's move to a question for USD. So the computer science program does not have an ABET accreditation. When does USD expect to get the ABET accreditation?
You know, that is a great question, and unfortunately it was not one that I was prepared for. So I am doing some digging right now, and I will answer that in the Q&A once I can get an answer for that.
Great, thank you. So I'm gonna skip around a little bit to Sacramento State. So is it possible to do both nursing and psychology majors at the same time?
Yeah, that's a great question. Nursing is a pretty robust program, and so they do encourage students to not double major if you are a nursing student. Our nursing program is pretty competitive. The average GPA for our nursing students is around a 4.0. We admit about 80 students per semester for nursing. So if you do get into our nursing program, it is recommended that that is your only major. Now, with psychology, that is another impacted program, but with psychology, there's a little bit more flexibility where you could double major in another maybe non-impacted major at Sac State. We also have a bunch of minors as well listed on our website, which are basically just mini majors. So if you wanted to tack on a minor there as well, it'll also save time for your time to degree. Mm-hmm.
Awesome, thank you. So let's go back to the University of San Diego. So do you guys have majors or minors in criminology, criminal justice, and forensics?
So within our sociology degree, we do have a concentration in criminology. So we don't have an outright criminology degree, but there is a concentration within the sociology.
Great. Okay, let's go to Loyola Marymount. So can you study film as part of an undergraduate liberal arts degree?
Yes, so as I mentioned, and these are the film school, please see my email in the chat box, and I'd be happy to discuss it more with you. But yes, our Film school offers programs in production, screenwriting, animation, and recording arts. All of those programs are excellent. The recording arts and production, actually 3 of the 4, all but screenwriting, are pretty impacted, meaning that you really should apply as a freshman. Most of the rest of our programs are not like that. Students change majors and have double majors and minors all the time at LMU. Film are some of the exceptions. So it is important for a student to know if they're focused in that area right off the bat. But yes, students can apply, be admitted to our production major as a freshman. That's the largest major within our School of Film and Television. And they begin their hands-on work in the School of Film and Television as freshmen. That's true within all of those majors. So they've got their, our students have their hands on their camera in their freshman year. And they finish within 4 years, and they own all of their own work. That's another unique thing among film programs. So I could go on, but please contact me directly if you have more questions.
Great, thanks. So I had a really interesting question for every panelist. Does your school allow freshmen to have cars on campus?
San Francisco State definitely allows you to have a car, but I do want to be honest with all of you all. I would never drive to San Francisco, only because the meter maids, they literally have no life. I've gotten 3 tickets parked in the same spot within a matter of like 10 to 15 minutes. So I highly recommend that you utilize our bus and BART system, right? Because as a Gator, and let me take myself off camera so you can believe me when I say this, as a Gator, you're going to receive 50% off checking in and out of Daly City BART. The bus and Muni system is free for you, and you can also utilize the free shuttle system, which all CSUs offer to their students. I wouldn't recommend bringing my car unless you can afford it. They do offer parking permits, but they're a little on the pricey side, so it really all varies by student and your financial situation.
And we actually have a program called Zipcar. So there might be programs out there at different schools where there's actually designated cars on campus for you. And it's super cheap to have a membership for a year. I think for us, it's $15 just for an entire year membership. And then you pay every time you check out the car. So those are also great alternatives if you didn't want to bring a car, but you also want to have access to a car. I know in our area, some of the buses don't get to the rivers and the beaches and kind of those outdoor spots. There's a little bit harder to get to, where something like a zip car is a great tool, so you can check out a car. So definitely look up those kind of programs too at schools to see if they've got that. So
did anyone else want to answer this question? I see a couple schools already answered in chat.
Yeah, I can jump in. So San Diego State, as of last year, we decided to remove the freshman parking. So freshmen cannot have a car on campus. However, you don't really need a car at San Diego State. We have a trolley that runs right through our campus, which is very, very easy and convenient for students to get around the city. I always say you can hop on the trolley and get anywhere within 30 minutes to an hour, the beaches, downtown, etc. So you really don't need a car. But yeah, so that was implemented last year. However, with COVID-19, things changed. So for this year, we have allowed students to have cars on campus if they choose to live on campus. So I would say moving forward, just keep in touch with me, because restrictions are constantly changing, as most campuses probably would agree. So yeah, just keep in touch with me if that's something that you're really, really, focusing in on as far as San Diego State.
We also allow students to bring their cars on campus. For first-time freshmen, we do have our on-campus living. So if you live on campus, you do have a parking spot as well. But we are considered a commuter campus. So a lot of students do live in the local area and then commute to us. So there's a lot of students who do come with their own vehicles as well. But parking is about $300 for a pass, so it does cost some money. And we also have public transit that takes you directly straight to campus. And if you did attend our Palm Desert campus, we have our Coyote Cruiser that goes from one campus to the other throughout the day. And it is air conditioned and has Wi-Fi. So if you're taking some classes at the main campus and then some at the Palm Desert campus, you don't have to use your personal vehicle to go back and forth.
Yeah, so for San Jose State, we are again in downtown San Jose. So parking is very limited. We're not that big we're not a big campus with a lot of parking. Cars are allowed. So if you do have your car and want to bring it, you can. But again, there's just limited parking. We do have parking in our South Campus, and then we offer a shuttle to bring students from that parking lot to the main campus, and that's running throughout the day. But because we are right in downtown San Jose, our students have access to the Santa Clara transportation services to get around. So a lot of our students don't. You see a lot of scooters and skateboards on our campus. So that's how our students get around for the most part.
For Chico, yes, you can bring a car, but however, a lot of our students get around by bicycle or skateboard. So it's being such a college town, everything that you need is located a mile or 2 miles right around campus. Also, once you become a student at Chico, you get an ID card and you can ride the bus system anywhere free in the community. But you don't really need a car per se.
The University of San Diego does not allow freshmen to park on campus, but we are partnered with Zipcar, and then the university is also constantly giving out lift codes. So one of our tour guides brags about how she was very strategic and has never paid for a lift at USD. So there are options, and then sophomore year you can start bringing a car.
Okay, so at this point, we're going to transition to something very different. So because this session closes soon, I want to give students the opportunity to keep asking questions with our lovely representatives here. So the colleges are going to be going into separate Zoom rooms. As you can see in chat, you should see which schools are going to which rooms, and you can follow them there. So leave this session, hop over there with them to keep having these conversations and really get to know the university more. If there's any questions about that, I will be eyeing the Q&A box. Okay, so panelists, how are those sessions doing? Are you seeing them fill up?
Well, we would have to leave this one to start the other one.
Okay.
So would you like us to hop off and start our other sessions?
Yeah, let's give it 5 minutes, like then maybe the next 3 minutes, just so that we can be sure that students are able to write down the links or copy them somewhere. So students, if you want to go to more than one of the sessions, please copy and paste that link somewhere, note it down somewhere so that you can go between them. Yeah, and thank you all for being here. This has been great. It's been great to hear your questions. It's been great to know all the panelists. I know I've learned a lot about all the different schools, and I hope that participants have as well.
This is fun. We don't always get to learn about other colleges at college fairs.
Yeah, I don't think even going to a college fair, like an in-person college fair, when I was applying, I don't think I learned this much about so many different schools, to be honest with you. So it's cool.
Thank you, Gina.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gina, for the invite. This was my first college fair. It was a little scary for me at first, but I'm really excited to have learned about all the other campuses. And I'll be sure to highlight you all now that I know what everyone else offers.
You did great. I really could not tell it was your first college fair. You did wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I'm a former high school teacher, so I just put the old teacher hat.
Yeah, I think it went great. I'm not seeing any questions about the Zoom sessions.
Just a heads up, there is one about whether people stay in this one or go to a different Zoom for the next session. So just a heads up, that question did just pop up.
Yeah, thank you. I just saw it at the same time.
Yeah, no problem.
So this Zoom session will end in approximately 2 minutes. So if you are scheduling to go to the next one, I suggest you go to whichever college right now that you want to talk to and just let them know that you are going to be getting into the next session. And they can try to get you information either as quickly as possible or maybe give you an email or something that will help you get in contact with them later. And I guess I can put answer live. I had a question. Does SDSU have another Zoom session? So remind me which one you are going to be in.
I can put the link in the chat or in the, I'll answer Melissa your question.
Thank you so much. That'd be great. Yeah, Vanessa, you also had a question for Humboldt.
Yeah, I realized that I put my own personal one because I didn't realize that we were all maybe doing it together. And so I'm actually on two separate links right now. So I just realized the kind of the just a little bit of a confusion on that one. So just because I just saw a student hop into my personal one that I just made, you guys can definitely disregard the one where it's in a group, even though I want to be with all y'all in that group one. I wish I would have known about that. So I am sorry, but because there's already people hopping into that one, I'm going to go hop into that one now and answer those questions. So thank you for the heads up.
Thanks, everyone. Yes, perfect. It looks like everyone is situated. Thank you all for being here, panelists. Thank you all participants. I hope this was clear. I hope you learned a lot, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.